Rick Dollar with NetRadioDogs.com, and I have the Mountain Faith Band tonight. Hey, everybody give them a good clap here. What a show. You guys smoked it.
Thank you.
So tight, and just, if you're a bluegrass fan at all, you know exactly what you heard.
Oh, thank you.
Not what you heard. we heard great. It's what we heard. You guys have had quite a journey, 15 years, and had a big measure of success in the past couple of years, and glad to be around to see it happen. You guys want to comment on that a little bit, Summer?
Yeah, I mean, ever since I was a little tiny girl, I think before I could even talk, they said I was singing. Trying anyway, it probably was horrible. But, you know, I've always dreamed of making a career out of singing. I love it so much. It is my favorite thing to do. I have such a passion for it. And I know all these guys, they feel the same way. And at the beginning of this year, we sat down and we were like, guys, we've got to make it, this has got to be it, we've got to make it go. So we had our business meeting and we wanted to broaden our audience.
Right.
But we didn't know how we were going to do it. And so we threw out the America's Got Talent thing. We're like, no, they're not going to want to hear what we're doing.
Boy, you'd be surprised.
Or they'll get us and put us in a, just, stereotype us. We just didn't know what they would do. And so we threw that idea out and said no. And so Mom actually overheard us and went upstairs and submitted a video. And so 2 weeks later,
Thank goodness for Mom.
I know. And 2 weeks later, we were on our way to Bull Harmon. We were on our way to his bluegrass festival out in Missouri. And yeah, we love him. He's always been so good to us. And so we were on our way out to his festival, and on the way out there, we got a weird call, and I thought it was a telemarketer, so I shut it off, don't want to deal with that. And they left a message, and it was America's Got Talent calling, and it's just crazy how the timing works out, because they called and said, we know it's extreme long shot, you guys are all the way in North Carolina, but the closest audition we have left to you is St. Louis, Missouri. Could you come out here on Monday? And we were like, you're not going to believe this, we're an hour away from where the auditions are right now.
See that? Sometimes things happen for a reason.
Yeah. So just, undeniably what we were supposed to do. So we went up there and we auditioned, and they said, we'll let you know. We were like, well, that's probably the last we'll hear from that.
Boy, I hate to hear those words. I don't care what it is. If you go buy a new car, hey, we'll let you know.
But, we went home, we were like, let's work as if it's not going to happen.
Right.
So that month, we worked hard on everything, and same thing, I was out to lunch with my mom, and I got this weird call, and I was like, quit calling me. And then I checked the message again, it was the same woman, and ran outside and called her back, and we flew to New York 2 days later and auditioned, and it's just crazy how everything's worked out.
Being into this type of music already, before we even started this business, seeing you guys was a breath of fresh air. And we've noticed, just Tony and I being to different festivals and concerts and shows and what have you, the fan base for this type of music is getting younger and younger and younger. And we knew in this very building the night that I interviewed Ralph Stanley, I saw 15, 16, and 17-year-old kids coming, and they were so happy to be here to see Ralph.
That's awesome.
He did Man of Constant Sorrow and the roof came off
I'm sure.
at 88 years old. So, that being said, you guys come into the picture, whole different kind of thing, okay? You've, I hate to sound like a business manager or somebody, but you're young, you're fresh, you're hip, you got, you're kind of hip looking. But you have the package. Okay, and that's the thing. And if you're gonna do this, you have to have. I'm
still trying to figure out where I fit in.
Man, you're doing something right.
Wisdom.
Maybe it's just in the genie pool.
Wallet. Just kidding.
Well, I didn't say it's you. But go around, everybody. State your name and rank and serial number and all that.
So he's really good at this.
All right. So my name's Corey Pyatt. Yeah, I've been with the band about a year, a little over a year now.
Right.
And it's they've been trying to get me to go since I joined, and I just won't go.
AKA the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you see the show, you'll know what I'm talking about. This gentleman over here with the small raccoon on his I'm just kidding.
There's probably one in there somewhere.
Took a picture with him earlier and I was like, dude, you got something right there. I think it was his lunch.
Anyways, I'm Braden man. I play the banjo, and I've been in the band since we started, 15 years ago.
We were forced to be in the band.
Forced it. Yeah. I'm glad I was in the band. And my social security number is 1.
Okay, let's not go that
He
far.
doesn't even know it.
Yeah, that's okay. What's your name, young man?
I'm David Meyer, and I've known y'all for
Well,
too long. No, I'm just kidding. Probably about 3 years.
Wow.
And met up, started picking. Having a blast so far.
This is his first real show.
First real show.
No
First
kidding.
one. Yeah.
Well, now you're ready.
There you go.
You know, what did you think about tonight?
I loved it. Just
I love the
a good
Lincoln
crowd.
Theater.
It is awesome.
This is a place to do a show. And Song of the Mountains, if you're going to do anything, this is a place to do it.
It's
These
good.
guys are great. Tim White and the
Take
guys
care of
that
you.
put this thing together solid. And, it's going to keep rolling. You know? Now, you had family here.
I did.
From what I can understand. I heard a
did,
bunch of people screaming below
Yep.
me, and I thought somebody was jumping here.
Well, they, well, not all of them. They, 2 of them live like an hour from here.
Oh, wow.
So we're pretty close. We grew up in Ash,
Oh, okay. I got you.
an hour from here. So,
Everything's an hour from here.
so and the others came from my home near Asheville. So my wife and my in-laws.
How many hours is that from here?
So glad that they're here too. So anyway,
I know you guys supposedly left at 10 this morning.
I love them, and yeah, he always tells this joke.
So what's the difference between in-laws and outlaws?
I don't know.
Outlaws are wanted.
That's not true in my case. I love my in-laws. But my name is Luke Dotson. I'm 25, and I've been. Interesting fact: I have 2 dogs. No, I've been in the band, I guess, around 2 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
And
You lost count already.
yeah, feels like 20. But it's fun. It's getting more fun every day.
That's good.
Getting more fun every time I play. From the mountains.
Oh man, it's got to be tough on that
It's
bus, man.
hard.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
It's tough for me.
I can only imagine. Look,
Look what I have to put up with all the time.
put up with all this stuff. What's your name, young lady?
My name is Summer, and same as Braden, I've been here since day 1, 15 years ago,
Wow.
and play the fiddle and do a lot of singing.
Yes, you do, and very well.
No, I-
Yeah, I mean it's what you guys have is special, and I know you've probably heard that 100 times from every guy in the world that's interviewed you. But it's there's something about it. First time. But it's a very good thing, and we're really honored. I've been chasing you guys since you got voted off that night.
Oh, thank you.
Sending you messages, and my wife's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Just be quiet." I have a plan. It's not an evil plan. So, and here we are. So, and the patriarch, I guess you could say here, the man in charge, so to
I'm
speak,
Sam.
sort of.
Dad to Brady, son, and the extended family. I can't.
Yeah, these
big
guys are
one big happy family. Corey now lives on the farm. David just moved to the farm. Luke lived on the farm until he got married and had to move and all that stuff, you know. But, we're just honored, you know, what a privilege, you know, get to do all we ever wanted to do,
And
just play music.
exactly.
And just have somebody listen to us, you know, and if somebody claps or somebody clogs a little or somebody cries a little, or, you know, that's what we want you to do, and we're getting to live this dream right now, so.
But you know that's what music's about. If it doesn't touch you,
Yes.
either in a deep, good way or a bad way, it just touches you by making you cry. I mean, it happens to me. Sometimes people don't understand that, but it's because you know.
That's right, yeah.
But that's what this crazy business is about. But where in the world were you guys a couple of weeks ago? Somebody said you were out in the country doing
On the moon.
I was thinking, I was like,
USO
I
thing.
know.
Yeah,
Well, we're still trying to catch up on sleep.
I can imagine.
When this first episode of America's Got Talent aired, an Air Force general that never ever watched TV just happened to flip onto that channel and caught our little segment. And he called our office and asked if Dad would ever bring his kids, over there. We just, of course, we just cried. We were like, of course, we would love to go. And so we went over and stayed about 6 days. And none of us have anybody in the well, David's dad, but you weren't on the trip. But none of us have ever had anybody really in the service that we, like now, grandpas and great-grandpas and stuff. But it became so real to us, the fact that there's men that have babies that they've never seen.
Right.
There's moms that have babies, or not.
moms that had
Hold on,
babies
cut
that
that
never
part
seen.
out. They have, no, moms that,
It was a great show, so I'll just let her slide.
moms.
I don't know how it works,
Okay,
but
so I'm just serious.
Thus the bus
Moms
ride.
that have babies at home that they aren't getting to see.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, I
then,
agree.
and then people that aren't getting to go home for Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, I mean, none of it. And we take that for granted every single day that we're home with our family, So it really opened our eyes and changed our lives because we've never experienced anything like that. So it was,
Yeah, we take a lot for granted in this life sometimes.
I didn't even realize how much.
And you really can't describe the effect it has on you until you go over there. I was always taught, pray for our service, men, pray,
Sure.
and it was just a very general prayer, Lord, protect them, and then when I flew in and drove to that base, it totally changed everything because everything that I take for granted here, they give up to stay over there and fight for the freedom that I had to stay here and play music that I love. I mean, I can't put all that into words. The effect it had on me. That I'm playing music tonight that I love, and there's guys over there risking their lives. I mean, and it becomes so real when you walk out of your dorm or barrack and there's a Patriot missile. So we're just kidding around and say, and he goes, if that thing ever starts shooting, our lives are pretty
Take
much,
cover.
and it's real there. I mean, it's intimate anytime it can start going on, it can get real.
My stepson is Special Forces in the Army, so a lot of times these guys can't even tell you where they're at.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where reality comes
there were
up.
ones that couldn't tell us their names. They told us fake
see
names.
that?
That's
They
okay.
when you take a picture with it, they cover the back.
They peel their name tag.
What's crazy too, we talked about, not one time while we were over there did one of them be like, man, I wish I wasn't here.
Yeah, come
No,
Like, nobody ever complained, no.
Yeah.
That's their job,
And
and
we
they have
were-
accepted this
Yeah,
challenge
exactly.
in their life. And same thing with the situation I have. I mean, when they say, "Hey, you want to be in here another 6 years?" You're like, sure.
Yeah.
They don't even think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No problem.
Well, and even like smaller things like when we got over there, it was the perfect time of year. We were very fortunate to be in that part of the country, or that part of the world at that time because it was very hot every other time of year.
Well, it was 95 while we were there. That's about as cold as it'll get.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I mean, even backstage, I was thinking about, I was complaining about the heat backstage.
Yeah.
It was hot, but those guys are out there 115, 120 degree weather in 60 pounds of gear, and so
Somebody's shooting at it.
absolutely, their lives on the line. So, and like they said, there was never a complaint whispered, and very humbling, very.
The one I guess that really made an impact on me was one of the bomber pilots. And we were talking something along this, and they said, this is what we signed up for.
That's right.
It's what we signed up for. So you see on the news that, you know, ISIS are terrorists. They're sacrificing, they're willing to give their lives. I got it already.
So are I
They
got it.
signed up on the dotted line to go over there and fight and give their lives if that's what it takes to defend our freedom. So,
We got better guns.
yeah.
That's right.
And plans.
Yeah.
But
Faster trucks.
I'm gonna ask for a bus story, okay? I mean, what's a
Oh yeah, we'll take care of this one. So
You want to start it?
yeah, I'll start. So I was driving the bus. All right. Back in the day, it's been a while. But so we were in Kentucky. It was about, what was it, 2 a.m. maybe? Something
We
like
want to start
that.
this one over? I'm not sure. Were you there?
No, well, we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so it was 2 a.m. I was driving.
Okay.
I see the oil pressure drop. Okay.
That's not usually
That's not
sign.
good. Okay, so I'm like, Sam, this is weird. All right, so we pull over at a truck stop. We're there for, I don't know, 10 minutes, whatever. We get our gas and everything. Go to start the bus back up and it won't start.
Oh, no.
Okay,
That's about when I
We're
was.
blocking the diesel pump too, like we're in line to get diesel.
we were at the pump.
I heard people like running through the hallway there, and that woke me up. And I got up and I was like, where are we? First of all, and I saw the back of the carpet was pulled up where you could see the motor.
Inside the bus, we had the floor ripped up.
Yeah.
Looking in the motor, and what was it? The
Alternator,
alternator
it
was
shook
gone.
completely
Like,
loose. It just fell out.
it was crazy.
We lost all the
So,
oil out of it, so that was.
long story short,
Yeah.
we were stranded.
Yeah.
All right.
Well.
And
Go ahead and tell us what I was
by
going
we,
now. Go
I
ahead and
mean
tell
me
us
and
what I was
Brandon.
trying to-
So it was okay. Sam was going to Cancun.
Cancun.
Right? All right. So he had
Tell
to
me the whole
leave.
story though.
He had to.
Mom was in Knoxville, right?
Mom was in Knoxville. We were going to meet in Knoxville because through the tire shop we'd won a trip to Cancun.
Yeah.
So we were staying in Ohio, and they were going to drive on home. Me and her was going to go to Atlanta.
They had to
and
leave
catch
the next
flight.
morning.
Right.
So we're stranded, and I am bent because just go ahead and add the story to it. The year before we had missed this trip because of the same
Their
thing.
passports were wrong.
Passport.
So they got
So
to
we
the
missed
airport
this
and
same
missed it.
trip the year before.
So they were
So I'm
missing-
trying
Back to
every
our
way to get there.
So they weren't missing it this
Oh,
year.
no, yeah.
I also wasn't there.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
She was there to begin with.
My dad had come to that show in Ohio, and so he brought me. I rode with him back to my parents' house to visit my folks. So I was there for none of this. So.
And I, of
Back
course,
to you.
I left with them.
You don't get to
Okay.
talk.
I knew it was
So,
coming, so I left with
We're
them.
stranded at the pump. He calls his wife and says, "You have to come get me. We're not missing this trip." So she shows up at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. She leaves, obviously, because
I
it's
had to
her.
drop the car
Because she
off.
doesn't want to get
Because
stuck
it's
on
her
the
out
bus.
and she doesn't want to be stranded. But I guess somebody has to do it, whatever. And so she comes, they leave. Me and Brandon are the only two left on the bus.
They're asleep on the
And
bus.
neither one of us know how to work on a bus.
To nobody.
All right. So we're like, you know what? We're just gonna go to bed. And we sleep in the bus, sitting at the diesel pump.
Put the door locked though.
Next day.
And you got away with that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I asked if they had a
So-
mechanic on duty, and they said
Yeah.
no. So we
They
said,
said he'd be there.
well,
Hey, they said he'd be there at 9 o'clock in the morning, so I set my alarm for 9 o'clock.
Fast forward, 11 a.m. Mechanic shows
The
up.
mechanic still's not there. So, okay, the worst part was it was Sunday. The next day was Sunday. So whenever I got up, there was U-Haul directly like in my sight, like 100 yards away maybe. So I was like, oh, that's cool. We'll call a U-Haul truck and get all our sound stuff loaded in there, and then call, just find a nearby truck stop or somebody that can work on it. Awesome. Okay.
All right.
Anyways, so I called the U-Haul. They're closed on Sundays. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just look around and find other rental. I call it like 6 or 7 different rental car places.
Everybody's closed.
Everybody, it was Sunday, everybody's closed.
No
So
rental
the
cars.
nearest thing I had found was at Lexington Airport. It was a good mile away. And the only car they had was a Chevy Spark.
What? The cab right
Man, you
there.
didn't get nothing in that.
It's like a sport car.
You didn't even
So
get in that.
we had to call a cab to pick us up at the truck stop.
Sketchy. Very sketchy.
It was like 4 wheels and like these chairs. Like, it was weird. And the guy was like texting, driving to the airport. And me and Brandon are like, oh.
I seriously thought we were going to
By
die.
this point, we were like, I just want to go home.
We were getting
So
mad. It
we
was
get to the
real.
airport and all we had was cash. And they're like,
And a lot
yeah,
of
they're
They're
gonna
gonna
take
stare at you like,
and they don't take
yeah.
cash at the rental car places, so we had to
said,
figure
"Sir,
that out.
I can buy this car right now. So give me the car.
Anyway, oh, for the cab, we didn't have a pen and paper, and so the only way we had to write a number down was for him to grab a knife and carve the cab driver's number in the dashboard of the bus. So we've got a thing there forever.
You better hold on to this.
It was
bus, though,
horrible.
man. I mean,
So
if you can make it through all this,
Yeah.
you're
And
good.
they're fine now.
So like the
They're
end
here
of the story
and they're
is
fine.
just that we had to drive that little Chevy Spark 4 hours home. And then, but see, after this was all over, I had to make like 3 separate trips back and forth to the bus. I had to drive down there to get the trailer, and drive down there to get all the instruments and gear, and then drive down there to find another garage, and then drive back to get the bus and bring it home.
It's kind of like Dumb and Dumber, isn't it?
It was like
Star Wars
what's the movie? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It was that in real life.
You guys weren't on a mini bike or anything. were you? Okay, good.
Easily the worst day of my life.
Although,
No question.
Oh,
No
we're
question.
laughing now, we were serious in that.
I was guaranteed.
It was awful.
I quit answering my phone. I said,
I was like, hey, I'm done. I'm going to the beach. Well, you guys are really moving around and doing a lot of good things, and I mean, it's like, it doesn't matter where you're from, you guys are all family now. I mean, you've been through so much together, and there's gonna be more. Whether you want them to be or not.
I can't wait.
No, but you guys can get through it, I think. Musically, you guys are right on top of things. It's just a tremendous show. And I mean, when you get an encore on Song of the Mountains,
That's cool.
that was cool.
Thank you.
I was standing back there going, where are they at? Oh man, they're playing another song. That's good.
I held a stand up, or I
That's what
held
you
a
did.
sign up that said,
please stand up.
Yeah.
Stand and give you $20.
We owe a lot of people a lot of money.
I got it. Man, it's been a great honor to sit down and talk to you
Yeah,
guys
you
finally.
too.
But
Thank you.
you've got a long road ahead of you in a good way, and I mean that utmost.
Thank you.
You're gonna make it. You're gonna go some places that you've never been before, but you're gonna make a lot of people happy. You know, and that's what it's all about.
Appreciate all you.
Right. Hey, whatever we can do to help promote what you're doing and coming out and talk to you is not a chore. So, when we can come out and do what we like and talk to people like you, hey, that's what we're here for.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right.
Hey, for Rick Dollar and Tony D, netradiodogs.com, we've been here with Mountain Faith Band.
Yeah, thank you.